Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hello, traveler, and welcome to Choose Your Own Misadventure. Starring Katie Willert, Tom Reimann, Christian Ramirez, Katie Goldin, David Bell, and Jane Adams. Today's game is Legacy of Dragonholt. Let us begin. Let us begin.
All right. A shriek tears through the music and commotion
Sweet.
like a talon through lace. Screaming comes from the stairs up the balcony, and panicked guests go streaming past you, rushing for the door.
Oh no.
The ghostly figure of a young human woman moans in midair over the stairs. The woman's skin is dark, her hair a riot of golden curls, and she wears her dress worn bunched at one hip for riding. Color fades in and out as she moves, flickering in the air, and blood spatters across her face. Celeste removes her crescent moon mask and gasps, "Sonia!" She steps toward the ghost. Oh, that's weird. Holding the mask over her breast as if to guard herself. "Sonia, talk to us." "He sabotaged my saddle." Oh, "He sabotaged my saddle."
The ghost.
Moans the ghost. "Kyrick, my own uncle," she moans.
Wait, did a fucking ghost seriously just show up?
Yes. She moans and floats over the crowd.
Or
What the fuck is happening?
Or
Celeste
it's
has magic.
Regina.
Yeah,
making
Regina.
the ghost.
Right.
And it was the stable boy all the times.
Right.
So wait, who did she say sabotaged her
The
saddle?
guy with the saddle.
Kyrick.
I guess. Oh.
Well, no shit.
"He sabotaged my saddle. Kyrick, my own uncle." Yeah, that was her.
The ghost showed up and it was like, it was this person. We're all like, yeah, we know.
He's that one over there.
Yeah.
Go back to being dead, please.
Yeah.
Floats out of the crowd where a sudden circle appears around a tall human man. "You wanted my mother's seat and you were willing to kill me to get it, uncle."
Did you just literally circle him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The tall man removes his mask, revealing the scarred face of the bandit leader. "I did not," he shouts. We know it's Kyrick. What? Okay. "That idiot stable master acted without my orders." He pulls away from the specter, but finds his path blocked by a broad-shouldered orc woman in a black mask. Braxton throws her mask aside and draws her sword.
Hell yeah.
On the balcony above, Regina removes her black and white dragon mask, and Rochelle doffs her faux knight's helm. Both seem several shades paler than normal, transfixed by the sight of Sophia's ghost. "Regina," calls Kyrick, "I never intended for things to get this out of hand. The spirits hate a kinslayer." If story point 06 is marked.
Which I think it is.
Just so
It
we're
is.
clear.
31.
We didn't encounter any other ghosts, right?
No. This is the first
There's
time.
just... Oh, we did when we were at the
at the tree.
orchard.
Yeah.
Dogs. Oh, yeah.
So they set it up a little... Because it's very bold to suddenly involve a ghost in your third act.
Very
Like-
Scooby-Doo.
That is really insane to me that it's barely been established and there's like their ghost shows up.
Like also
Resolves everything.
We did nothing, and it's
Yeah.
like a ghost.
I love that Deus Ex ghost.
Yeah.
That's exactly that.
3174.
Like it's like someone's bad at writing.
It's like that.
Why not?
So this is all just no decisions still. Okay. A ghostly hand claps Kyrick on the shoulder, and he turns to
Goes
find
right
himself
through it.
staring into Philip's dead face.
Oh!
"But a kinslayer you are, uncle," says the second ghost.
What the fuck?
The second ghost whom we've never really see.
A
in
ghost
writing-
biker gang shows up.
He's just gonna be killed by ghosts while we watch, and then that's
Just the end of
it.
Ghost. That's
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, just Tony Goldwyn getting slapped by an invisible Patrick Swayze.
"You murdered me. We quarreled, and a quarrel ended my life." The ghost glances down at his chest, where the spectral crossbow bolt protrudes in a spreading field of red blood.
Whoops.
No, groans Kyrick, standing back. Murderer, shouts Sonia's ghost. Abductor, brigand, and kinslayer, howls Phillips. I never meant for any of this to happen, screams Kyrick.
What the fuck is going on?
Also, but can we just take a second, and the fact that they're saying, like, the crossbow, the thing, and it's such a part of this last bit, makes me believe that he was always going to die. Like, we're not bad people, like,
Sure.
we didn't fuck it up so bad when he died.
Maybe the story
99-17.
But I think maybe
'cause
the
there's-
story point, so maybe.
Yeah, it would have like excluded him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to make it seem like maybe we didn't fuck up so bad.
Well, we did.
9917.
We very
Battle is joined. The first act ends here. From now on, if playing with 2 or more heroes, making a decision, exhaust your activation token as normal. Requirements of decisions must be met by the hero making the decision. If you exhausted your activation token, refresh it now. So we're back to the way it was. Braxton steps forward and throws Kyrick to the ground. She levels her sword at him. Kyrick, Fairfax, she growls, "You are under arrest for treason." The other Fairfaxes walk forward, Regina leading the way with
Timothy.
hovering at her side. Hovering, he's just floating across. Everybody's a ghost now.
Wait, hold on. Like, all right, he's good.
Ghost masquerade.
So,
I hope the Titanic shows up better late than never.
so what's happening right now is 2 ghosts showed up and it was like, he did it, and so it was just like, good enough for me, under arrest. We're gonna need,
precedent.
ghosts. We're gonna need all your information. You're gonna have to appear in court.
Okay,
And then
brother.
they're like, "Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?" And they're like, "I do."
I boo.
Oh no, Tom.
I did it.
Brother, I think you can understand why, under the circumstances, I do not consider you an invited guest.
Oh,
What a
shit.
baby. Let's throw him in a cell, says Rochelle. One hand drops to the hilt of her sword and the other hikes up her ruffled skirts to free her movement. This says Dame Braxton, but I don't know why I thought it said Damn Braxton. Would you be so kind? Of course, my lady, says the orc, hauling Kyrick to his feet. Rochelle watches her uncle warily. Behind her, you see a human woman in a Red Riding costume and skull mask, which is my new Halloween costume. Draw a long dagger and pad forward, the knife held flat against her arm. An assassin! It seems no one else has spotted her. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so we got some choices.
This has gone off the rails. Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Okay, we got shout a warning to Rochelle, spring forward to protect her, freeze the assassin in place, but we need the frost rune.
And it's got to be you specifically this time.
Right. So, okay. Shout a warning or spring forward. I have
You have knives.
I have athletic, stealth, deception. Okay, athletics, agility, endurance. I feel like if I go for it, I might not get Rochelle murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Is that
for
an
it.
okay decision?
Yeah,
Let's do
sure.
it.
Yeah.
You're a good fighter.
Oh no.
What entry number is that?
Okay. Spring forward to protect her is 1944. I hope to God I didn't just murder another member.
It's all right. She'll come
We
back
didn't
as a
like
ghost.
this one, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like
she wasn't
death.
mean to us.
Death means nothing in this universe.
She was mean to us because we killed her brother.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, 1944. You dash forward, drawing your weapon as you go. Rochelle sees you moving and draws her own sword as the assassin strikes. If you have agility or military, which I do,
Yeah.
I have agility. Okay, read 3676. Okay, you throw yourself into a slide and knock the dagger from the assassin's hand just before it sinks into Rochelle's unprotected back. You sweep out a leg, then knock the
Sweep the leg!
Sweep
Yeah.
it! And knock the assassin flat on her back as you scramble back to your feet. Which I sound so agile, and then I'm like trying to get up as fast as I can. Rochelle steps up and holds her attacker at sword point on the ground. Thank you, she says to you. Using a cat's paw doesn't make you any less of a murderer, uncle. What?
Meow.
Is a cat's paw an assassin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. Okay, read entry 3968. Okay.
This cat's paw has just been declawed.
8.
Nice.
Kyrick slashes at Braxton with a knife, breaking away. There's no turning back now, he calls. A number of partygoers throw off their masks and draw a motley assortment of hooked knives,
my
cudgels
God.
set with nails,
Jesus.
and other weapons made of much made as much for cruelty as effect. What the fuck kind of
It's-
town
it's-
is
it's
this?
just a-
Negan from
Yeah.
Wild Walking Dead. Just a bunch of bats with knives in them. Nails.
Sonia's ghost shrieks as the remaining guests cry out in fear and begin running for the
Why is
exits.
the ghost
Sonya goes, it's like, don't hurt me. Oh, wait, I'm a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
Yeah, the ghost
Never
should try
mind.
fighting them or something.
Running for the exits where more bandits
They
come
can't
streaming
die
in.
again.
The ghost rises above them all, her cries rising higher and higher until a knife flashes through her and she vanishes.
Wait,
Oh,
how
you
does
can-
knives kill ghosts?
You can hurt a ghost, I guess.
not a thing.
Yeah. Well,
Kill them all, spits Kyrick, and may we all be damned for it.
Oh, what?
Jesus.
Evil.
I think-
Note to the author: evil people don't generally say, "I am evil."
And ghosts can't be stabbed.
Yeah.
I think
Fuck.
Kyrick might have been played for part of this.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it.
Like-
But he's also an asshole.
He's also trying to take the throne.
5 bandits rush forward, heading for Rochelle and her mother. Braxton steps forward and lashes out at the lead bandit, sending him staggering, but the other 4 rush past her like water. Rochelle shoves her mother behind her, holding her sword in a low grip. You get to her past my corpse, she hisses.
But that's not a good idea, 'cause she's gonna die anyway,
Yeah.
and you're the heir. So, like,
That's the idea, princess, chuckles the bandit in front, a lean, dark-skinned woman with dramatic patterns shaved into her hair.
Sweet. She's
Yep.
got a sweet fade.
The screaming crowd parts, and a woman in Fairfax livery shoves to the front, tossing aside her black domino mask. The surly guard, Talia? Did we meet her?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
we
was
went to the guardhouse,
The
yeah.
competent guard.
It's Talia spelled funny though, so
Who can say?
we'll just call her Talia. You vermin are going to make me earn my pay tonight, aren't you? She snaps, drawing her sword. Then she rushes forward and scatters the bandits with a swing of her blade. More bandits fight their way through the fleeing guests, moving to surround you. Rochelle shifts to and fro, desperately trying to stay between all of them and her mother. We can cut a path through the enemy, charge headlong at the bandits, blast the flanking bandits away, which requires things that I don't have. Yeah, I don't have that. Or inspire your fellows with a bardic song.
Oh my god.
Fucking yeah.
I wish I could do that.
All of this violence reminds me of a song.
Life is a cabaret.
We could cut a path through the enemy or charge headlong at the bandits. Let's charge headlong at the bandits. What is
our
Fuck
this?
it.
style.
Yeah.
Yes. Now is the perfect time for the
Yeah.
Benny Hill theme. We're gonna die, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
seems like it. Cool. There's a lot of them.
Okay, so now I'm confused about how this works again. Do I do this?
Yeah. Whatever. You keep reading until the next decision.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so you incur all the effects of the decision
Okay.
you just made.
Did I say 7478?
Yes.
Great. With no plan to speak of, you scream as loud as you can and run straight at the
about
closest
right.
bandit. A human man in Fairfax livery, the long-winded guard Deacon, runs to
this
your
fucking
side.
idiot.
Aha! He bellows. Have at thee, filthy bandits! We'll make short work of
I'm hoping
you.
it's
Then
his
he
head
stabs
chopped off.
himself accidentally.
And dies.
Right through the face.
The bandits shift back and close ranks, forgetting the Countess and her daughter for a moment to focus on this new, much louder threat. If you have brawling or devotion,
Oh no.
I do not. Otherwise, read entry 7764. Deacon is less help than you might have hoped, and his first swing with his sword lodges awkwardly in the banquet table.
Oh god. Fuck.
The bandits
Fuck.
ignore him and focus on you as the larger threat. Wonderful. Oh, no. I read ahead a little.
Oh no.
The first bandit lunges at you with a hooked knife, sending you scrambling back and breaking your momentum. You duck and dodge until the bandit overextends himself and gives you an opening to exploit, but by the time you've dispatched your first opponent, the second and third bandit have you surrounded and pinned against the banquet table, where they swing at you over and over with stout oaken clubs.
No!
Why do we suck so much?
One breaks through your guard and sends a lance of pain flaring from your forearm to your shoulder. You lose
Fuck.
3 stamina
And an arm.
and maybe an arm.
Fuck.
Martha Stewart.
With a triumphant shout, Deacon wrests his sword free from the banquet. Yeah,
Fuck
good
you,
job,
Deacon.
Deacon.
Triumphant? Yeah!
It reminds me of the shirt that,
I
like,
got
I want the
that table.
confidence of a mediocre white man is,
Yes.
like, all that Deacon is
Yeah.
in my...
He lets out the Howard Dean yell.
He sends a
Remember
platter
when
of...
that lost him the
Yeah,
presidency?
that was
Yeah.
enough to
Oh,
lose
yeah.
the primary for him.
Remember that?
Yeah, what a quaint time.
He sends a platter of roasted vegetables flying through the air. The food spatters across your assailant, blinding them for a moment and
Okay.
giving you space
Well,
you
good.
need to dispatch them both. I meant to do that, says Deacon, advancing on the remaining bandit with his sword held high. All part of my cunning plan.
Can we just kill him?
Is he just
Can we just let him die?
Yeah.
I do that.
Apparently, the bandit believes him because he pulls back, giving you a moment's respite in the battle. Read entry 4731.
Sorry, I read had some decisions. You have a moment's peace and regroup with the Fairfaxes. Timothy, Braxton, Miriam, and the 3 guards.
Oh, no.
Tweagle, Talia,
Tweagle?
Yeah, Tweagle. He's the guard captain.
and Deacon.
Oh.
The bandits hang back, but every moment the bandits hang back, but every moment, more filter through doors or out of the rapidly thinning crowd.
Where did this
We can-
person learn how to write things?
We cannot stay here, says Braxton. We have no cover and are badly outnumbered. I, the young knight, has the right of it, mutters Tweagle. Fucking Tweagle. We must move or die. He jerks his head at the stone stair
Move or die.
behind you.
Eat, drink, be merry, don't die.
Up into the tower. It's the only part of the manor grounds that are fortified at all. You realize that the eastern wing of the manor house is, in fact, an old stone tower, and the balcony overlooking the ballroom would be a fairly defensible position. The garden, suggests Timothy, his voice ragged. We'll be trapped in the tower. In the garden, we can use the hedges to our advantage,
We're gonna have
and
to
we'll have room to run if we need
Sure
to.
will.
The gardens border directly on the orchards surrounding the village. Although its hedges offer some protection, the true safety in that direction might be to slip into the trees in the darkness and hope for the best, so we cannot run and hide. Tweagle and Braxton share a glance, then look to you for a decision.
No,
Definitely
okay.
not what Timothy wants because he sucks.
Okay, so not the garden. We've spent a lot of time in the garden, so let's go up the stairs to the balcony.
Yeah. I get what they're saying. Like,
Yeah.
once we're up there, and there's
We're
not much
cornered,
we can
yeah.
do
Yeah.
about that.
1591.
But hopefully Garfield will be able to...
Do it! Snaps Rochelle. Braxton, Talia with me. We'll give them some cover. The group moves towards the stairs. Braxton, Rochelle, and Talia launch a concerted attack on the bandits, driving them back and giving you room to maneuver. Regina and Timothy soon reach the stair and begin to climb.
And Timothy's pouting because we didn't do his...
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Followed by the rest
We
of
all
the group.
die. You're going to be upset you didn't take my word for
I
it.
was going to throw tomatoes at him.
Soon enough, the only ones left on the great hall floor are you, Braxton, Rochelle. Talia and Celise hold the bottom of the stair, using flashes of magic light and swings of Talia's sword to keep back a pair of burly, almost necklace brigands.
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 They're just like
thumbs.
they're just
Yeah.
like
There's a bunch of Sean Hannitys.
4 bandits lie between you and the stair, led by a lean brown human woman with dramatic patterns shaved into her hair.
Oh, the lady with the fade.
Yeah,
with the
get the
sweet
noble
fade.
girl, sneers the lead bandit. Kyric's paying 100 gold to the one who cuts her down. Try
We
it.
immediately turn and kill her.
Yeah.
We see that gold.
Try it, hisses Rochelle, her knuckles whitening on the hilt of her sword. We have to get back to the group, says Braxton, shifting to keep her focus on the bandits now moving to encircle you. All right, fend off the bandits while Rochelle clears a path.
So, to Katie, right?
Did I make it? I didn't make a decision yet.
picked the tower.
Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, here.
Fend off the bandits while Rochelle clears a path. Support the two fighters with tactical advantage. Fire from afar while the others engage. Create a nice barrier between. Requires archery. So I don't think I have any skills.
You have a lot of chest.
Willpower, endurance,
directly.
stealth, agility, athletics.
Garfield strikes me as a direct.
So would it be fend off the bandits while Rochelle clears a path, or support the two fighters with tactical advice? Oh, advice. No.
No, yeah, I'd hold the
Let
path.
me tell you how to handle this real quick.
That's bad backseat driver, then.
So 7, 9, 4, 6 is
Just
the
a
one.
giant cat being like, to your left, to your left.
No, kill him, kill him. Don't let him hurt. No, stop, kill him. 7, 9, 4, 6.
Left foot. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. It's still playing softly.
Wait, did we regain any skills or no?
No.
I don't think so.
I had brawling. Oh boy. You and Braxton close ranks and keep the bandits at bay, doing your best to keep them off Rochelle's flank. Rochelle, meanwhile, steps towards the stair and engages the bandit leader, her sword ringing as she moves.
My sword.
If you have brawling skill,
we do have these fucking potions that we've never used.
Well, does she have a strength potion?
Strength, swiftness. She had swiftness.
This gives.
I have a.
Am I the only one with
Swiftness
this
potion.
sword?
You have that sword. You can give it to another.
Because you have dueling skill and military skill as long as you carry the sword. Does that help?
You can give an item to another player as long as your token's not exhausted.
And we have.
Is my token exhausted? I guess it is.
Yeah, she made it.
We need to use
Shell
this
full
shit
of
now.
spirits. I know.
Because we're
Well,
not gonna use it.
who has all of it?
I think we
I think
should
we
have
all
written
do,
it down.
right?
I wrote my shit down.
Wait, what is it?
Strength potion, swiftness potion, spirit's blessing.
I have a strength potion.
I don't have any.
I
of
have that written down.
I have a revolver which hasn't come into
think
play ever.
KG had the swiftness potion.
You have the swiftness.
I don't know if that helps.
I have
that?
beans.
Yeah, I have pickled green beans. And so many stolen knives.
I mean, this is not.
I don't know if strength helps. I think it just gives
but-
you stamina, and I have like 14, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
And the spirit's blessing, I think that was mine. I don't know.
So 6204.
Yep.
Oh no.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we should probably burn our shit.
Everybody.
One of the bandits, a dwarf with her black hair shaved back to a single tall strip, nice, leaps forward, attempting to knock you out of position and leave Rochelle exposed. She slashes at you with a hatchet, spinning to follow up with a hammer in her other hand. You sidestep her first swing, but her second is too fast, and the hammer cracks a painful blow to your leg, leaving you stumbling.
Jesus.
Oh,
It's
Christ.
Garfield. It barely did anything.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the end, guys.
The bandit follows up with another swing from her hatchet, which you barely manage to block before closing in core and hurling the dwarf back with your entire body. So Garfield's just like...
really hulks
Just
out.
You lose 3 stamina. Oh no.
I know.
14.
You guess.
That's 11. I'm a math.
You have full stamina?
I mean,
How did
didn't
the rest
we...
of us have like 8? Like,
And most of it.
I think maybe it wasn't it the situation where it was so bad that we gave
Oh, yeah.
Garfield a potion that
it's
gave
'cause
us.
David
Yeah.
and I got our asses
I got.
kicked the most
I ran into like more spiders, and
I
out of
got
fear.
eaten by the dogs.
Yeah.
So...
Wow.
Or was it? I don't know. I crossed out so many things. I'm assuming... Because I thought I remembered getting my maximum back.
That's
Because when
fine.
I asked, like, if we can add more, it doesn't matter. So, staggering from your altercation with the bandit, you are relieved to discover that Rochelle has gained the staircase, and with Talia's help, she drags you up it. Braxton follows, and you soon have a command of a highly defensible position.
Yeah.
Woo!
92. It's not a decision.
Okay. Come on, Costner. You hold the foot of the stair while the others retreat into the tower. Before you can follow them, a bandit steps forward to challenge you to a duel. Come down here and fight, you coward, he calls, grinning around a mouthful
Debate
of
me,
sharp
coward.
teeth. Debate me, you coward. He is an elf man with skin so pale it almost seems translucent. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a debate me guy.
Yeah.
And he holds his hooked sword with a casual arrogance that suggests he knows how to use it. Your countess can't hide behind your skirts forever, not if she wants to keep the respect of her people. Before you can respond to either the challenge or the insults, the elf leaps to the attack, his sword flashing in a deadly arc. I can meet his assault with a clash of steel, use the high ground to my advantage, or fend off his advances with lightning, which I don't have.
I think
think-
you're gonna need every advantage,
Yeah.
Costner.
Costner, I'm gonna plant my foot.
If I know
Use
my
that strength potion.
If it becomes necessary.
Yeah.
if I know my prequels, you need the high ground, right?
Yeah. You underestimate my power.
That's exactly what he just did.
It's obvious almost immediately that the elf bandit has the upper hand on you when it comes to skill with the blade. Come on, Costner.
Costner.
So you scramble up the steps, trading position for a chance to find an opportunity to gain the advantage. Kill him, shark! Shouts a gnome
it's
woman,
Shark again.
Shark?
waving her twin knives in the
That's the
air.
one that fucked up Garfield, I think.
If you have reasoning, there's no fucking way I do. No, I don't. Why would I have picked reasoning? That's a
Instead,
lame
you
skill.
trip over your own feet and fall
Yeah.
down the stairs.
Otherwise, read 7972.
This is like ridiculous because like if you like the probability that you're gonna have a given skill per given scenario and it's your turn is like 0.
Right.
So you're never gonna like.
Well, it favors
you have to
people
play
with
this
brawling
game
and yeah, and
You-
only have like physical skills.
Yeah.
You scramble to keep yourself above Shark and out of range of his sword, looking for a weakness you can exploit. Sadly, no such weakness presents itself.
He's
and you,
already found all of yours.
yeah, all of mine are
Trick knee.
obvious. And you keep jumping, scrambling, and losing ground, pressed back as you narrowly dodge the hooked tip of his sword. When you reach the top of the stair, you put a foot wrong looking for a step that
Yep.
not there, and Shark's blade
Oh
lashes
my
out,
God.
tearing a bloody gash out of your calf.
Jesus.
Fall as your
He
whole
tears your
leg
Achilles.
spasms and
Chunk
stiffens
out
with
of
the
your
pain.
ACL.
Oh no.
Old Costner loses 4 stamina.
Jesus.
Ouch.
I knew this was coming. I knew we would go at it like, yeah, we're gonna do it, and then just get decimated.
Yeah. Talia steps up to defend you before Shark can bring his sword down for a murder stroke, catching his sword on
Murder
her own
stroke?
and locking the two swords together. Back and forth they wrestle their locked blades as the bandits below howl for blood, hurling insults and accusations of cheating and trickery at you. I just got my leg chopped open. Shark's attention seems to be on Talia's sword, so you grit your teeth and use your good leg to kick him in the chest.
Use your good leg as a very
Come
like,
on, Costner.
Costner's just laying on the ground like, fuck you.
Send him tumbling down the stairs to sprawl limp atop his companions.
Oh, good.
29:46.
You got my leg, you asshole.
Yeah. I love that I kicked him down the stairs. All right, the next one is you, Christian.
Alright.
29:46.
I don't even imagine him kicking. I imagine him using his hands to pick up his good leg and
Yeah.
just knock it. Like a baseball bat.
Standing on the balcony, you watch as the bandits below get organized and prepare to mount an attack on your position. Some of them have found bows, and others now clutch spears. One group begins to climb the stair, led by a wiry human man with freckles and eyes as dead as the color and colorless as fish. You and Celeste stand on the balcony. She with a rapier in one hand and her rune, bound with copper wire and looped around 2 fingers, clutched in the other. Oh. Just like old times, she says sourly.
Oh yeah, because we fucked her shit up adventuring.
We can fend off the bandits at the top of the stairs, find a way to keep the bandits at bay, pick off the bandits with your bow. I do not have that.
Fuck, I have a bow.
I do too.
Damn.
This one is smash a vial of liquid and smoke on the stairs. Requires alchemy. I don't have that.
Like smoke? Have a smoke on the stairs?
Can we time
Smash a
that?
vial of liquid and then...
Wait, is it? Can we?
Got a jewel.
Can we give Do we have to go and turn, or can we give it?
We
to
can
someone
give
else?
it, I think, to anyone. It's just they have to have their token still
You're the
activated.
last.
And I'm the last
Oh, great.
one.
So we could have done that.
I mean, I have military and brawling, so I feel like I'll be okay either
Yeah.
way. Should
You'll do better than most of us.
should I fend off the bandits at the top of the stairs or find a way to keep the bandits at bay? I mean, I'll find a way to keep the bandits at bay. I'll throw myself at them.
Yeah. Fuck it. We're all gonna die
Yep.
here.
You only live once, and we're all gonna
YOLO!
die.
Yeah, my 5 hit points and I are prepared to go.
I'm sad. I really wanted us to
This is how it ends.
pull through. I would.
Are we all dying?
9612.
I mean,
We assume.
I'm at 9612. You ready your weapon and place yourself on Selisa's right, knowing she'd prefer coverage on her rune arm so she can focus on using magic. This reminds me of that time the Ironbound went crazy and tried to murder everyone in that tavern, says Selise.
Oh yeah, me too.
Only with less fire so far. If you have dueling or military, haha!
Hey!
She's got jokes.
Fuck these bandits. 5843.
We're really
Getting the
trying.
band back
murder
together.
someone.
Yeah.
You and Selise fight as if you've rehearsed this battle a dozen times,
Yeah.
protecting one another's flank and driving back wave after wave of bandits with practiced ease. Selisa's magic creates a shimmering shield above you, upon which arrows patter like rain. Your skill at arms cuts down the bandit after bandit. Yeah, cuts down bandit after bandit. The wiry, freckled man leads one determined charge, but you turn his attack aside and wound him with a cut to the leg, causing him to fall back, only to be replaced by another, fresher bandit. In
Does he
time,
also have freckles? Is he also a Nickelodeon
raspy?
Is he
star?
also dead in the eyes like a fish?
His eyes sparkle like fish scales.
Also, I just want to say in my head, this is the soundtrack to this is The Boys Are Back in Town. The two of them fighting.
as we murder people. Yeah.
Sitting there reading.
Down, 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 down.
Have your calf muscle
Yeah.
back in your legs. Jen.
In time, the weight of numbers begins to tell. You tire as the bandits rotate out their wounded and exhausted for fresh fighters.
Damn.
You're forced back from the head of the stairs, and several bandits rush forward, spreading out and threatening to overwhelm you. Retreat! Calls Braxton from behind you. Selise holds up her rune shard and cries out in the elven tongue, sending bolts of prismatic light to transfix the bandits on the balcony and send them twitching to the floor. The two of you race back into the Countess's audience chamber,
Maybe open with that, Selise.
where Braxton and Tweagle slam shut the heavy doors and Talia settles the crossbeam into place. Read entry 4819.
I'm just howling in pain.
Look who just got back today.
All right. The Countess's audience chamber is almost silent, with only the hissing and spitting of the fire in the hearth breaking the stillness.
And the wailing of Kevin Costner. I'm just weeping.
also probably a yowling Garfield with a
Yeah.
broken leg.
Big broken leg.
It does not sound great in this place.
No, not at all. Regina sits on her chair of black wood, slender fingers wrapped around the arms of the chair as if she fears to fall. Timothy hovers at her side, fingering the dagger at his belt and
Sweet.
casting
This is the panty sniffer, Ramon.
Yeah, yes.
casting nervous glances to the double doors. Rochelle leans against the fireplace, staring at the flames. Braxton paces by the door, and Miriam sits with her legs kicking in the air on a cushioned wooden chair,
What a fucking.
chewing her lip.
Did you say a cushioned woman chair?
Wooden chair.
Oh, okay. I was like, Jesus.
But she's just like, everybody's like in pain and nervous, and she's just like, yes, guys, what are we gonna do now?
Only
Just kicking her fucking legs.
Yep. Swinging her tiny legs.
Like we're having a sleepover.
yeah. Only
What do you guys want
Selise.
to talk about?
Only Selise seems serene, kneeling in the center of the room with her eyes closed. We have to do something, says Rochelle. They'll get through the door eventually. The door suddenly rocks, a loud bang sounding from outside. They're trying to batter it down, notes Braxton. Probably using a table. The balcony isn't large enough to get a proper ram up there. It won't work. They're better off using axes. Moments later, the distinctive thok, thok, thok of an axe sounds through the door.
Stop saying the things that are gonna happen, guys.
You know, this room isn't soundproof.
And Braxton...
Y'all will get through a lot faster if you just used a key that I left on the floor outside.
It's under the mat.
It's in one of those hider rocks.
Out by the garden.
Yeah.
The vegetable garden.
And Braxton shrugs apologetically against Miriam's glare. What? I scarcely think they heard me and took my suggestion. That's it then, sighs Regina. No, says Rochelle, we fight. Her hand slashes...
And then we die.
Yeah. Her hand slashes like a sword through the room, arranging battle lines. Braxton there. Me here. Rochelle
Does
says...
an impressive kata.
Rochelle, says Regina, spending your life to save mine is a poor trade. Daughters do not die for their mothers. Rather, it should be the other way around, I feel. She smiles, a paper-thin thing already tearing apart.
Yeah, so essentially Regina's already dying.
Yeah.
She's been dying this whole time.
Yeah.
Rochelle, I love you with all my heart. You will be a marvelous leader. I'm so sorry that I couldn't stay with you longer.
No.
Mother, Rochelle steps forward as Regina groans, raising her head against the black wood of the chair. A light fills her, escaping through eyes and mouth and fingernails, and she stands, a tall, fey figure shimmering with power. Sonia's spirit appears at her side, offering a longsword. Another ghost flickers behind her, a broad-shouldered, dark-skinned man with love and sadness written in the lines of his face.
Okay, hold on.
So she's becoming...
Is she just becoming another ghost and they handed her a sword? So she's just like, I'm still here now, by the way. Death is meaningless. I'm still here.
It's like...
I think she's using her magic, the same magic she used on the dragon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, but it was probably going to kill her because
Right.
it's so
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah.
It's like the scene in Atlantis.
Yeah.
I mean, she sounds like a time lord assuming a new
form.
Kind of.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe she'll be
So
fine.
we couldn't have saved anybody if we tried. It was just always going to be her busting out her magic. To
Right.
save everyone.
Everything we did was
I
meaningless.
mean, we could have saved the boy
Well,
that died.
this was as meaningless.
It's just like in Stranger or that game. Not what's it called?
Describe the game.
It's where you make decisions, but then the ending, like your decisions matter, and the end, your decisions don't matter.
Life?
Yeah.
No, life is
Mass
strange.
Effect.
Life is strange.
Oh, it's close.
Okay. All right. A broad-shouldered, dark-skinned man with love and sadness written in the lines of his face, and hands the spectral Regina a shield. More and more apparitions appear, some human, other animals, or fanciful creations. A badger, its fur marked with the heart and inscribed with initials, sniffles at the hem of Regina's dress.
Oh, yeah.
It's a ghost badger?
Yeah, it's the little thing that we got, the wooden carving.
A diminutive knight, lance streaming with black and white pennants, sits astride a sparrow on her shoulder.
Wait, what?
He's riding a
This little-
sparrow.
Yeah.
On her shoulder.
Sparrow knight.
Okay. Tiny knight on a sparrow.
Why
Yeah.
does a ghost need a shield? I get the sword.
It's all. I mean, it's symbolic.
Okay.
She's gathering the power of her ancestors and
Yeah.
And this badger.
and the fucking badger.
Did we
The
give
power of love.
Did we give her a badger at some point, or like what?
I don't
No,
know.
I
We
think a
found.
badger's
Carving we
just...
found in
Yeah.
the-
Yeah, it's a carving we found.
In the tree.
But like,
Yep.
but why is the badger now?
I don't know,
'Cause
because they're
they're
trying to
fierce
tie
and-
it,
I don't know.
up.
I think. Yeah, I think they're just trying to tie all the story points
Yeah.
together.
Maybe she's drawing power from the spirit tree or something. You are not welcome in this place, thunders Regina. She gestures and the doors to the audience chamber burst open, shards of wood flying out into the mass of bandits on the balcony. You have no roots here. Depart or perish. With a wordless cry, Regina and her legion of spirits rush forward, and the bandits shriek in terror. One leaps forward, swinging an axe, but his weapon shatters on a shield of shimmering light. Alliteration more. Regina's shining sword lashes out, and the bandit falls, split in two.
Damn!
Jesus!
We're in the back, like, God damn!
Oh, like in Kingsman, the lady with the leg knives just like, the guy's clean in half.
The bandits scream, some rushing forward to attack and die, others fleeing, even leaping from the balcony.
Damn!
In moments, the great hall is empty of bandits, and the spirit legion vanished, chasing the few survivors in all directions or simply fading from existence. You cross the balcony and look out, seeing no sign of Kyrick, either alive or dead. God damn it. And the spectral Regina nods to you. then vanishes as if a cloud blown apart by the wind. If story point 06 is marked,
It is.
It is. That's
It
the boy.
totes is.
6, 7, 4.
Here he comes.
Here comes that dead kid. What's the entry?
6741.
Do you think he's gonna forgive us now?
I don't know.
A strangled sob pulls you back to the black wooden chair.
It's just constant.
It's just me. I'm king now. Sitting in the throne.
Rochelle lies there, gripping her mother's skirts and shaking with grief. Philip's hand on her shoulder. Regina's body sits under the chair, her face peaceful and empty. Philip places his fingers on Regina's wrist. Wait, what?
Wait, Philip's.
Are you
Ghost
reading the?
Philip.
Are you reading the right one?
Let me double check.
Because it should be Ghost Philip. You said
What was
674
the last one that I was on?
4819,
481.
I believe.
Maybe they mean Ghost Philip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
he's just chilling now, and everybody's just aware
Yeah.
that he exists, and it's not scary anymore.
Yep.
06 is marked, yeah. 4588.
Oh,
Or no, 06 is marked, right?
yes.
Okay.
So what's the entry?
4588.
Okay.
it was
Yeah, you're
that
reading the wrong one.
Sorry, kid's still dead.
So that's the one if he was alive.
Is that
if we had kept him alive.
Is that the only difference in the plot?
Probably. Because it's pretty much the only difference in the actual words, too.
Oh,
A strangled sob pulls you back to the black wooden chair. Rochelle lies there, gripping her mother's skirts and shaking with grief. Regina's body sits on the chair, her face peaceful and empty. Mariam places her fingers on Regina's wrist and closes her eyes for a moment. She's gone. I mean, we saw her spirit nod to us and then fade away.
I'm out.
Right.
Yeah.
blow away into the wind. Also, I like that the difference was in the one where he's alive, she's under the chair,
Yeah.
and this one she's sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to get her under the chair.
I don't know.
I'm just wondering. Curious.
No, moans Rochelle. Mariam reaches for her, but Rochelle slaps the apothecary's hand away. Sonia,
Good.
Philip, now mother, why? Soft laughter comes from the balcony. You turn and see Kyrick standing on the shattered remains
Kyrick?
of
He
the
just
door.
comes out from behind a curtain, slow clapping, like a fucking
His
asshole.
scarred face alive with a manic light. So, dear sister, your magic came at a price in the end. My informant told me as much. He pauses, drawing contrition around himself like a masquerade costume. Rochelle, my niece, it's over. I am Lord of Dragonholt now. Rochelle stands and draws her sword, her eyes burning like green fire. Not while I live, she growls. Time passes.
time passes.
I should say so.
Yeah. 3, 4, 6, 9, which I'm pretty sure you're going to have to make a decision.
Okay.
Are we just gonna watch them fight?
Maybe.
Oh, well,
Closer to
you can
Oh,
read
yeah.
now. It's still no decisions, but
3, 4, what did it? 6, 9?
3, 4, 6, 9.
Rochelle rushes forward, slashing at her uncle. Kyrick sidesteps her attack with no apparent distress. This tantrum... he's such a shit. This tantrum is unbecoming of a young woman of noble birth, says Kyrick.
Oh.
Even a bastard's daughter. Enough, shouts Rochelle,
Shit.
parrying Kyrick's thrust. Her riposte cuts across the bridge of his nose, sending him staggering back. You did this, she screams. You killed your sister, your niece, your nephew, you kinslayer. Kyrick falters. No, he says. He steps backward, sword up, as he glances to you and the rest of his audience. That wasn't what I wanted. Philip forced my hand. Another step back. I won't be held responsible for what you make me do if you persist. I don't get his motivate. Suddenly, Kyrick turns and flees. Rochelle shrieks an incoherent wail of rage, "Ah!" and races after. Hugh and Braxton leap forward in pursuit, jumping over bandit corpses and struggling to keep both Kyrick and Rochelle in view.
Jumping over bandit.
Costner just trips over a bunch of dead people. In the Great Hall, Kyrick runs for the front door. Behind him, Rochelle bends and snatches, bend and snap, a spear from the eyes of a dead bandit lying on the floor and then steps forward and throws. The spear sinks into the wood of the door with a fuck, nearly striking.
fuck?
Fuck. T-H-O-C-K. Nearly striking Kyrick's head, he jumps back and Rochelle rushes past him, throwing herself low under his panic crosscut to slash open his leg.
Ooh.
Shit.
A lot of blood.
A lot of
Kyrick.
leg slashing
I
going
know.
on
Yeah.
tonight.
I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, you get matching.
I know. We can mash our leg wounds together and be blood brothers.
Oh,
Me and
okay.
Kyrick.
Excellent.
This is fun. Trailing blood.
Slap your open muscles together.
Ugh. Someone's in the garden, has no idea any of this is going on. Okay. Trailing blood, Kyrick staggers to the far stair and climbs up to the salon. Mark II progress in war.
Yeah.
No peace. No peace. Read entry 7609.
Hopefully you get to make a decision now.
It's been a long time.
Should have left you. That'll dope beat to step 2. What did I do? 7609?
7609.
Michelle lifts her sword and makes to chase after Kyrick, but suddenly Braxton is standing in her way with all the insistence of a brick wall. No, my lady, says the orc. You are Countess of Dragonholt now. I can't let you risk your life like this. Braxton turns to you. Go, she says. Kill him or talk him down. I don't care which. Braxton, you go do it. Don't tell me to go do it.
Yeah. You work here.
You climb the stairs and find Kyrick pacing in the salon. He sees you and readies his sword, a handsome blade featuring the Fairfax family crest. I never wanted Sonia to die, nor anyone else. I don't believe you, he says. But now it seems I have no choice. This country is mine by right. I should never have let my witch of a sister steal it from me. He raises his sword. Okay, so now I get to make a thingy. A decision.
Kill him.
Get to make a thing.
So
Do
I
you want to
can
kill him or make peace?
Engage Kyrick in I thought it said marital combat.
Marital combat. Where we go for days without speaking.
It's martial combat,
Yeah.
but I almost said mortal combat as well. So, okay. Knock an arrow and threaten him, which I do have archery, so I can do that. And then, or I could say, I know, just put down the sword. Or, no one else has to die.
So we
Do you
can.
have any, like, social skills?
We can.
I know.
got
Put down the sword sounds like we're
deception.
joining him. Like there's two. There's the no one else has to die, but then there's us. Like we get it, bro.
Yeah, I feel
It
like we're trying to
sucks.
we're just trying to
trying to reason
with
with
I
him.
know. I'm just trying to
We
get
can
us
move
to
towards
join
peace or
Kyrick.
war.
Right.
We're already too into
We're
war.
already too into war.
Yeah, and it's been so dark up into this moment. Why
Should
not?
we try to make peace?
Oh, I was thinking, why not continue into the abyss?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I feel like we should, like, if we just attack him, he's gonna play some tricks. So, like, we should, like,
Try to talk to him about it.
either notch an arrow and threaten him, or, like, try to talk to him about it.
I mean, we could just say, I know, just put down the sword.
And then
and
stab
just
him.
see what happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if he is feeling like, I didn't want any of this to happen, maybe he can be reasoned with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that peace is an option seems to maybe that's I don't know.
Okay.
Damn it.
The only reason I thought about the arrow is because I just have that skill. So
I mean, you can
Yeah.
try that.
But we'll say, I know, just put down the sword. Read entry 1512.
If it was Tommy Lee Gnomes, I could be like, I don't care.
I don't care.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so wait. Now I see.
Well, you suffer the consequences until the
Oh.
next decision gets made.
Okay, you show Kyrick your empty hands and encourage him to take a deep breath. You tell him you know he never meant for Sonia or Regina to die, that their deaths are a tragedy, and that no more blood need be shed. If you have empathy, which I do not,
Nice.
otherwise, read 9672. So essentially what I'm saying is coming off as not...
Very phony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You didn't mean for them to die, right?
Right, so just put the
whatever.
fucking sword down.
It's like a-
9672, I said.
Yeah.
No more blood, eh? He chuckles. Oh no. Pacing up and down the salon. Then turns, shaking his head. You're a fool to think so. There's already blood, and it's on my hands. Whether I did the deed myself or not, I cannot turn back now. He lifts his sword. Stand down or die. Mark 1 progress in peace.
Oh,
So we tried. So I think
We
that's
tried.
the thing. We have to
Trying
keep
is-
trying for
yeah.
the peaceful option if we want there to be peace. Read entry 5863.
Yeah, we're basically doing the
It's the boss fight, I guess.
right, but the peace and war. It's the Red Dead Redemption. Like,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
good or bad? Which way are you going on this scale?
Okay, 5863. Wait, do I read until the decision or do I give it?
I think we can hand it over to Jim.
Okay, cool. There we go.
Rochelle suddenly appears at the top of the stairs, her naked sword in hand.
She was just naked.
Naked tits out.
So much grief, just not understanding what's going on.
She stalks forward, Braxton behind her. Give up, Kyrick. You'll never be Count. I already am, he growls. I already am, he growls.
Guys, I am Count.
Then kicks through the door into Philip's studio. Interesting.
Philip's laying down tracks.
I was thinking he was like a photographer.
Oh, see, I saw him having a
It was an
SoundCloud.
artist or something, right? I can't remember.
The county is mine. If you make me kill you for it, you'll have only yourself to blame. He knocks over an easel and shrouded canvas and topples a plinth holding a half-finished sculpture across your path. You follow, stepping sideways around the debris. So our options are give chase despite the obstacles, block his path with a wall of ice, so I can't do that. There's nowhere to run, Kyrick, give up. Or, it's as Rochelle says, you've already lost. Should we keep trying to be peaceful?
I mean, there's nowhere to run, give up, or...
Wait, did Kyrick just run from us?
Yes.
So he was just... Okay.
From us and Rochelle.
He knocked over a
yeah.
statue.
He seemed like it was had some fighting words a second ago, and then he just ran
then
into the
he-
studio.
Just knock something. Yeah, knock something over and run.
I vote for whatever option hurts the studio more.
Give chase despite the obstacles. 9606.
If you don't have athletics or agility, I bet this isn't gonna turn out.
I have athletics.
Okay, good.
Although this sounds like an agility
Yeah,
situation.
sounds pretty agility.
Yeah, I also have awareness. Maybe I can be aware of the
Awareness might help with talking to him.
9606. You rush after Kyrick, shouting for him to give up, but the floor is covered with hazards and obstacles to your progress. Despite your best efforts, it's clear that Kyrick will reach the door before you can catch him.
No.
If you have Arcana or runes,
Is this the last day or is there another day?
otherwise
It's the last day.
read entry 9146.
Kyrick, stop.
You're
Come
like,
back.
You're like, stop.
Kyrick.
Just stop, bro. Just stop.
9146.
Kyrick.
Oh no.
No. We've made a terrible mistake.
Well, let's be it. Dave has made a terrible mistake.
Fair.
Well, no one stopped me.
Desperately looking for something, anything to stop Kyrick, you snatch up a nearby book, a fencing manual, and hurl it at him. The book collides with the back of his head and sends him staggering into a bookshelf, which topples, cascading books everywhere.
Yes.
Okay.
You allow yourself a tiny moment of celebration, then leap over the fallen easel and continue your chase. Mark 1 progress in war.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And read entry 4428.
War.
What is it good for?
Everything. Stumbling through the fallen books, Kyrick staggers through the door from Philip's studio into Rochelle's training hall. You follow, passing into the long dueling sow with its racks of weapons and carefully smoothed floor to find Braxton and Rochelle blocking the door back to the saloon.
We've gone into a slippery room full of weapons.
Oh boy.
Braxton's face is grave, Rochelle's flushed and bright-eyed. Kyrick has nowhere to run. Everywhere I turn, he breathes. He lifts his sword and stalks to the side, keeping his eyes on Rochelle. Come then, let us make an end of this. All right, we have a few decisions. Oh, no. One I don't think I can do because it requires Arcana, and it's bring him to his knees with fire.
I mean, that would be real cool.
There's, we're not going to fight you, Kyrick. Or throw down your sword, you're outnumbered. Or end this farce with steel and blood.
Yes!
I think I know what
I mean,
you're gonna choose.
I mean,
tell him he's outnumbered.
here's the thing.
He's outnumbered, or yeah. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I'm Tommy Lee Gnome, so
You're gonna.
it's
blood.
well, no, I got a fugitive on the run,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna tell him to throw down his sword.
That's fair.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I would love nothing but to murder him, but I'm going with 8226. Throw down your sword.
Yay.
I'm proud of you for staying so in line.
I gotta stay in line
you
with
are.
Yeah,
Tommy.
that's good. It's very.
I
in
also
character.
don't dislike Kyrick then.
Yeah, kind of understand. Mine is the boy killing.
Oh no.
Oh, I understand.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I forgot that I should also think about what skills I have.
Oh no.
Outnumbered, chuckles Kyrick. I have allies you haven't seen yet. I don't need to beat you all. I just need to kill her. He spins and lashes out at Rochelle with his sword, but Braxton catches his blow on her shield, then steps into the block to drive him back. Kyrick staggers, laughing and cursing. If you have persuasion, which I no longer do because a spider beat it out of me. Otherwise, 9, 5, 3, 6.
Oh no. Oh no.
You urge Kyrick to put aside his sword, but he only snarls and launches another flurry of attacks. Braxton catches each blow on her shield, sending splinters and fragments of wood flying. That's enough, Kyrick, she growls, barely knocking aside a lunge that slides past her shield. Can't you see that you're beaten? Stand down or I will put you down. Kyrick staggers back and sobs. Jesus, dragging a hand across his face and leaving a bloody smear. He leans against the wall, staring back and forth between you and Rochelle. We should kill him now.
Yeah.
Mark 1 progress and peace. Read entry 9321.
That'd be mark 1 progress and peace and then murder him.
Yeah, while he's crying.
He's crying now.
Wow. Kyrick drops his sword to clatter on the floor, bringing his hands up to cover his face. He just starts crying. That's it then, he sighs, his whole body shaking. He straightens and wipes at his face and watering eyes with one blood-streaked hand, then steps towards Rochelle with his palms open.
Oh no, it's a trick.
Yeah.
Well, here, if 8 progress is marked in peace.
No.
Oh, he's gonna.
Otherwise, read 80.
God damn it.
8907. Okay. So he's faking his
We
crying.
should have talked to him more. Right?
If we wanted peace.
That's true, but I guess we want war.
Here we go. A calm settles over the group. I'm sorry, says Kyrick. Rochelle turns away, recoiling as if burned. Braxton sheaves her sword and steps forward to restrain Kyrick, who suddenly bounds past her, drawing a knife from within his tunic.
Jesus.
Is 8 progress marked in war?
No.
Oh,
Say it
no!
again?
It's
Sorry, is it?
No.
All right. So I don't go to that. Otherwise, read 9172. We're in the middle of the road here.
Yeah.
This isn't bad, necessarily.
I just don't want
The
to.
fight's just going to go on.
Yeah. Rochelle turns back, raising her sword between herself and her uncle, but she manages only a shallow cut across his side. Suddenly, Kyrick is behind her, one hand tangled in her curls and the other holding a dagger to her throat. Dragonholt is mine, he hisses. If story point 0 or 06 is marked,
It is.
it is?
Yep.
That's
Read entry
where Philip would come and save us if
15,
he was still
13.
alive.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we're reaching another decision. I already made one, right?
Yeah, so hand it to Katie.
There's some fun options there.
It's 9, 15, 23.
15, 13.
15, 13, that one.
Drop the weapon or she dies, hisses Kyrick. Braxton pauses, her sword half out of its sheath, her whole body tense. Do it, the rogue lord hisses, pressing the knife until a drop of crimson forms on Rochelle's light brown neck. A drop of what? Crimson?
Crimson.
I don't know what that is. What is
Blood.
No, I'm kidding, you guys. Braxton's sword clangs as it falls to the floor. Clang! The only other sound is Rochelle's ragged breathing. So here are my options. Rush at Kyrick with a weapon in hand. I kind of like that one because then I could kill them both and they're like, I'm queen now. Put an arrow between Kyrick's eyes. Requires archery. Do I? No. Drop your weapons. Let her go. Killing her will only make things worse. I'm sure that requires persuasion or something, which I don't have.
All right.
Drop your weapons. I think it's rush at Kyrick or
Yeah.
drop your weapons. And I don't have brawling. I have agility.
Okay.
What should I do? Drop your weapons or rush?
To what's in Swole Garfield's heart.
Yeah.
Oh,
At this
well,
point, I think we need to make decisions in line with truly.
what's in
Ooh, yeah.
With our
Garfield's...
characters. As informed by our characters
Well,
as
what's
they
in
can be.
Garfield's heart is to rush at Kyrick.
Yes, it is.
Fully erect.
Oh, God.
But I feel like that's a bad decision. Are you guys sure?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
what
I
the
just-
fuck
That's
else
what
are
you
we
want.
gonna
I mean,
do?
I have persuasion. I'll try to talk him down, but
If we could, I haven't expended anything yet, so I could hand this off to you.
well, it's your turn.
I mean, a large part of me wants the end of this to be Garfield devouring this
All
man.
right. So 1425 it is. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna work.
All right, this is exactly what we expected it to be.
Rad.
You shout and run forward, a weapon held high. No, shouts Braxton. Kyrick laughs, drawing the dagger in a rough line across his niece's throat and hurling her at her. Choking on her own blood, Rochelle staggers into your arm, knocking you to your knees. You watch the light fade from her green eyes.
We killed everybody in this fucking family.
I mean, I told you guys that's what that would be.
We all knew what was gonna that this wasn't the best decision, but it was what Garfield would do.
If 06 is marked,
It is.
It is.
6412.
We are a
dead.
ghost factory.
Everything we touch turns to ghosts. Yay. Oh,
Braxton crouches over Rochelle's body, tears streaking her face. She reaches out with two fingers, thick with calluses and scars, and gently closes the corpse's eyes. The big orc blubbers, mopping at her eyes and nose with her other hand.
No.
Kyrick steps backward, laughter overtaking him as he clutches at his head. I did it! I reign in Dragonholt! Wee. He's straight and staring up at nothing. Aren't you proud of me, Father? You proud of me now, Dad?
We can still kill him, right?
I feel like at this
so.
point we might as well just
56,
burn it all to the
97,
ground.
Fuck this guy.
56.
I mean, it's our fault.
96.
It's
This
Garfield's
is all
fault.
1,000%.
We
our
all,
fault.
yeah, we all are the reason. We knew.
Yeah.
Growling like an animal, Braxton snatches her sword and rises before she can do more than lift her blade. However, mailed soldiers in Belmont red rush through the doors and fill the room. No one move, bellows their sergeant, of course. A sallow woman with gold crests on her elm. Lord Kyrick, what happened here? These monsters just murdered my sister and niece.
Oh,
says Kyrick.
shit.
Gesturing at you and Braxton with a flick of his fingers, he tosses his bloody dagger to land on Rochelle's corpse as if daring you to contradict him. Take them into custody, Sergeant. They'll have to answer to their crimes. No, whimpers Braxton. You can't believe him. You can't. Be silent, traitor, barks the sergeant. Next thing you know, you are clapped in irons and marched through the manor by a column of armored soldiers. As you pass through the great halls, you see Celeste and Miriam held at spear point by more soldiers, and the surviving members of the Fairfax household clustering beneath the balcony, staring with their mouths hanging agape. Braxton
we
shouts
really
Miriam,
ruined everything.
"Don't worry, I'll clear this up. We won't let this happen." You stagger through the
Miriam.
front door and into a chilling mist. A raven croaks and flutters from a nearby apple tree, watching you with its black eyes gleaming. Read
do they think-
entry 9994.
Do you think they'll hang us or shoot us?
I mean, the moment we stepped in
let
this...
me give you
Maybe
a little,
both.
Let me give you a little hint. It says, read entry 9994, parentheses, tyrant ending.
Oh,
We,
so we lost.
the moment we stepped out of this town, into
Well-
this town, it was clear we were going to be handcuffed.
I mean, we can't be surprised that we
It's
got
like
the
the
terrible
ending
ending
of
when we made
Seinfeld.
the terrible decisions all the
In
way
the
through.
in the clutch, though, we could have made another decision and we didn't. We were like, nope. You know what? We got
We
to
were,
stay true.
yeah, we were role playing correctly. We,
Yeah.
this is who we are the moment
Okay.
we started.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
You and Braxton spend a few days crammed into the village's only jail cell, guarded at first by soldiers in Belmont red and white,
7 people. In
and then by guards in Fairfax colors who you are certain were bandits a week ago. Celeste and Miriam visit as often as they can and are your only sources of food, water, and news. From what they tell you, Kyrick now rules as Count of Dragonholt with the support of the Belmont family. The Cunninghams of Haverford, rather than disputing the claim, have retreated back to their lands and hunkered down. Kyrick's brigands are marching through the village streets to keep order, but even so, many citizens of the county are upset. Some have already fled to Haverford or left the region entirely. Most of the local gnomes vanished overnight. The Countess Inn has been put up for sale.
Oh no.
Oh.
After 3 cold, gray days,
A fascist.
yeah,
Oh my god.
you are marched from the jail cell and onto the village green, where a gallows has been erected. Cut wood.
Try and hang this thing.
He's gonna flex that rope.
You and Braxton are each fitted with a rope and left to stand on the gallows, while Kyrick paces back and forth. Eventually, a crowd gathers on the village green, herded and shoved into place by mail-clad Fairfax guards. Kyrick gives a speech about the vile betrayal and murder of his dear niece and nephew at the hands of you and Braxton. 50% of that is not wrong. You look out at the crowd and find it a sea of disbelieving, fearful faces. You see no trace of Celise, but manage to pick a teary-eyed Sapphire, stoic Grisbeck with his hands over Penny's eyes, and a few others out of the crowd. Miriam is in the front row, staring at her wife and sobbing.
No.
And there can be only one punishment for treason, says Kyrick.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And you feel yourself drop.
The
end!
We died.
How did
We all
not?
died!
How did? First of all, I blame Miriam 100%. But how did she not die?
She
wasn't in the room.
She wasn't in the room.
God damn
And
it!
Braxton was the one with the sword
Yeah.
over the dead body.
If it all right.
I'm so... To think only a week ago we were at a fucking farmer's market in
Yeah.
the same spot where we were hanged.
Yep, at the same spot where we were all hung.
Except for Garfield. They tried.
Yeah.
Katie, I have some terrible news for you.
What?
Garfield is dead.
Well, he's been dead the whole time.
We're all
He
dead.
was a ghost.
Thus concludes the adventure!
Oh my god.
Yep.
We kept the most. Oh God.
In the back of my head, I was like, we're going to turn it around. We got to turn it around. There's no way.
We
There's
had a
no way
chance.
it's gonna.
Yeah,
We did.
we
had a
We did
chance.
have a chance.
And we didn't take
Nope.
it.
Not at all. We did the opposite of what we should have
did the
done,
opposite
and we
of what we
deserved
should have
everything
done.
we got.
Exactly.
We kept in the tone.
We caused the death of every member of the royal
Yeah.
family. We
Do you think-
put a
This is to me. This is like.
despot in power.
It's like the finale of Seinfeld. Like we were terrible the whole time. It's like, and then they were punished for it.
Yep.
Do you think maybe they'll bury us in the apple
No,
orchard?
I like to see the fully rendered Garfield. It's done now.
No, there's no way Kyrick is burying us in the orchard.
No.
We're going
Wow.
to be dumped in a mass grave.
Yep. Oh, they'll just set us on fire, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Probably
Or
both.
no. They put us on our heads on spikes outside the
Yeah.
town,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think, to
definitely.
like be like,
Or-
don't.
They're gonna draw and
Roasted
quarter us.
Garfield like a pork.
Yes.
Like,
And everyone ate for weeks.
They're going to hang our bodies from those twin dragons that guard the gate of
Oh
Dragonholt.
man. I'm so sad.
Yeah,
I like how
yeah.
this goes from bullshit
pretty
of like nothing interesting to just like you're dead.
Yeah, we were 2 hours before that. We were dancing or trying to get
Holy
fucked in
shit.
a garden.
Or, ooh, let's appreciate the carrots.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well,
Well, I mean, truly, we have no one to blame but ourselves.
Oh my God,
we went
I'm
out
so
there,
happy.
we role played as best we could,
Yep.
and we were all killed.
I mean, we can blame the author a little for
A little.
this
Yeah.
stupid fucking game.
Yeah, I would say we had darkness in our hearts thanks to the author making us hate.
Hate the central character.
Yeah.
Hate Miriam. Hating Miriam.
the fact that Miriam
That's a
like was
big
in the
problem.
front row for like was the last thing all of us saw before they
Oh
put
my
the hood over her
God,
head.
you're right.
Sobbing Miriam.
Not dribbling down.
In a way, I think we won though because Marion will never be the same again,
Yeah.
and that
That's
was the
true.
point.
We
We're
did.
the reason her wife
We have
is now
scarred
dead.
her.
Yeah,
she
Miriam.
takes
We
a
got
vow
to-
of silence.
Yeah,
We finally got a revenge on Miriam because everything we did caused her to have to watch her wife die.
Yes.
She
So
watched
in
her
that
wife-
way, we succeeded.
Yes.
Yeah. She watched her wife and her entire wedding party hang to death.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was excellent.
Holy shit!
What an
guys.
adventure.
Holy shit.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. Follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.